Hey y'all, how are y'all doing today? I feel like I look like Sid the Science Kid. Oh Lord. Anyway, y'all, my cold is going away, okay? But anyway, so I wanted to talk to y'all today about therapy. So I had a therapist in the past, right? Around 2021. Yep. 2021. I went through a lot of traumatic things around that time. And, I was very emotional, crying all the time. It was really crazy. I never felt that hurt in my life at that time, and I just knew I had to do something to heal myself, I knew I had to make some actions to like get better, because it was hard for me to operate as a mom. It was hard for me to operate as a woman in general. I couldn't really do much without crying and stuff, right? So, I was proud of myself for reaching out to get a therapist. My job provided therapy for free for us. And, I really appreciate that. That's great. That's great. But so I found a therapist, and actually I didn't like her that much. So if you are looking for a therapist, just know you might have to shop around like you do with freaking insurance and stuff like that, because some of them don't seem like they like their job. So I found a therapist, and she didn't seem like she was for me. She wasn't for me. She seemed pretty irritated when, she seemed pretty irritated with me. Like, I don't know. I just really didn't enjoy her. So I had to get a new one. I had to get a new one. When the new lady, she really helped me. I really appreciated her. So, I wasn't so vulnerable with the other lady, so I feel like I wasn't really working through my emotions much, because it seemed like everything was a problem. She didn't really have like compassion and stuff, or she wasn't so personable. For her to be a therapist is like, okay, or a counselor, whatever. It's not a real therapist, but anyway, so I found a new counselor, which I really liked her. She was an older lady. I know she had to be like 60, 70, something like that. And she was a white lady. And I honestly felt like, I couldn't even see her. So honestly, I guess it don't even matter. But I always felt like I would need a black therapist, because I feel like, black people and white people go through different things in life. And I feel like it's a little hard for us to resonate with one another. But I really loved her. So regardless, she really helped me work through my emotions. So, when I started talking to her, she was very understanding. She gave me a background on her life, and, we kind of resonated with each other with our babies. I was opening up to her about, always wanting to stay with my child's father. Because at that time, a lot of crazy things was happening. We was done with or whatever. And I was going through a lot, mentally, because of what had happened, and it was hard for me to like do anything. So I was telling her, how hurt I was, and I just didn't understand why he was doing certain things to me. I just didn't understand. I didn't know how to cope with it. And, she was telling me, some things we won't understand, or some people are a certain way. It's not much you can do about it. You have to let it go. And, she would tell me like it's okay to cry and all that stuff. I felt such a deep connection to her. I really appreciated her. And I one day I really want to like call that number back and literally tell her like, how much of an impact she had on my life. But anyway, besides the point, I just feel like therapy, like having a therapist, is such a rewarding job, because I know she felt so much happiness when she saw me resolving my problems. In the end, she was always asking me, I feel like therapy is really for you, for the counselor is helping you to resolve your own problems. Because I was realizing that in the end, like, she wouldn't tell me what to do. She was never telling me what to do. She was always asking me questions, trying to understand how I was feeling. And then she would ask me questions, you know, well, what can you do? Or what did you do about this? Or how can you change this? Or, you know, what are you going to do going forward? What steps can you take to feel this way instead of that way? Or how can you let go? What, you know, everything like that, you know. And I just noticed, you know, the questions was getting easier as I was going by, as the sessions were going by. Like, she'll ask me more complex questions, like, and then eventually it'll get easier and easier to where, oh, I'm like, oh, I could just do this. Oh, I could just do that. Oh, it's actually like this, and I understand that. And, you know, I was just answering my own question. You know, I was answering all the feelings I was feeling inside. I was just resolving them on my own, and she was just listening to me. You know, and that's like crazy, you know, how our minds are. Like, all I needed was somebody to talk to about it and understand, you know, my emotions and how to let it go and how to move forward and how to work through it. And now I feel like, you know, I love that experience so much. You know, I was so emotional. It was so embarrassing to me. Like, I was crying my heart out to her. And she was like listening, and she was saying it's okay. Oh my God, I swear to God. That junk was like a really transformational point in my life. Like, and it really helped me move forward for real, for real. And like now I just feel like I be going through things now, but now I feel like, now that I know what therapy really is, I just feel like I don't need it no more. But I would advise anybody that's going through certain things, they don't know how to work through it and they need the help and they just can't function, to really get a therapist, because it really helps. Like, really. Like, that was like the most beautiful experience, even though I was going through it and I was like emotional and like dying inside type stuff. I just couldn't understand. I couldn't. But like, all the questions she was asking me was making me cry. Like, I was really feeling it. I was really understanding. You know, I was really healing. And, you know, sometimes healing is not, you know, it don't feel good. And like, that's what I was feeling. Like, I knew I was healing. I was understanding myself and understanding my experiences, but it was hurting me so bad. And then the hurt eventually turned into happiness. And it was like, I let it go. You know, it's okay again. Like, all that pain don't last forever. Like, literally. It really don't. You know, that's so beautiful. Like, therapy is so beautiful to me. I feel like one day I might be a therapist. I feel like I really can resonate, and I can really resonate with humans, you know, and their emotions. So I'm so emotional, and I understand on a deeper level, you know, certain things. And I just feel like that's the most rewarding job on earth, really. Like, understanding the human brain and how they going through things and helping them work through it and seeing their growth and, you know, their happiness in the end. Like, that's amazing to me. You know, I really love that lady. I don't even know that lady. I swear to God. And I love that lady so much for helping me, you know. I swear to God, I'm going to find her, I swear to God. And I'm going to show her my video. Like, that junk is so emotional, but it's kind of sad because I did go back to that, you know, after her helping me and me getting over it. And then I went back, and that really hurted me, like, a lot, you know. Because it took so much, you know, out of me to, like, even, it took so much out of me to even seek therapy. Like, I was embarrassed to seek therapy. I was just so hurt and so much pain. But I'm like, I cannot live this way forever. I have to do something about it. You know what I mean? So, it took so much energy for so much time for me to actually seek a therapist to, like, get better again. I was so proud of myself when I did that. I'm like, you know, we be in our own way half the time. Like, things be our own, we be our own stumbling blocks. Like, I don't understand how it took me that long to seek help. But when I finally did, it was beautiful. It was so amazing. I loved every minute of it. well, I loved every minute of it now that I think about it. But in the moments, I was in so much pain. I just didn't understand. I just couldn't stop crying. And then eventually at the end, it was like a rainbow. And it was literally just all in my head. Like, literally. I don't know. But yes, y'all. Therapy is amazing to me. You know, I really advocate for it. It's amazing. Especially if it's hard for you to function. It's hard for you to do anything. It's hard for you to move forward. Because you can. And it is hard. But if you have somebody, a compassionate therapist that really care and really want to listen to you and really love what they're doing, and they really feel like their job is really like to heal people's hearts and you know, or help them heal themselves, and they really understand what's really going on, and they really not just doing it for a check, because I could tell she wasn't. Well, the other lady, she was. So if you want to find a therapist, I would shop around, see how the lady or man is talking to you, how they responded to you, if they're trying to rush you off the phone or rush you out the office, whether it be like remotely or not. You know, see if it's right for you. I feel like it's amazing. If you had the right person, it was amazing for me. And you know, a lot of time, you know, I still be going through stuff, but you know, a lot of that is behind me. But sometimes I, you know, find myself crying over certain stuff that's from the past, and it hurts. But now I know how to work through my emotions more, and I know how to let go. I know how to understand and dig deep into myself and figure out the root cause of the problem and how to heal it and let it go, you know, just because I was talking to that lady. Like now I'm talking to myself. Like now I'm talking to myself. But really I was always talking to myself, because she was just helping me to understand. And it's crazy. I don't know, y'all. I love that experience so much. I just feel like I would encourage anybody that's going through a really traumatic time in their life to go and find a good counselor. I hope that lady doing good, and I hope nothing happened to her or nothing, you know, because things be happening. I don't know, was that COVID time? I think it was COVID time. So, you know, I want to call. I'm going to do that today. Y'all. Girl, it's crazy, y'all. Anyway, I love y'all. I hope y'all okay. You know, if you ever want to talk, you can talk to me. I'm going to leave my Instagram and my Snapchat so y'all can talk to me. And I hope y'all work through everything y'all going through and heal y'all hearts, because it's going to be okay. You have God with you. If you don't believe in God, then you have me. I could talk to you too. I understand. I've been going through a lot emotionally, but I always get through it. And I'm always okay in the end. You know, the darkness won't last forever. Eventually, it'll be light outside again. You know what I mean? Like nighttime, it's not gonna last forever. Eventually, the sun gonna come out. Life goes on, and things change, and people change, and circumstances change. Nothing is ever gonna stay the same. It's never gonna be painful forever. And then the time heals all the pain. You know, and I really realized that, you know, the more time that went by from that situation, the more I felt okay in the inside, the more my heart felt happy and at peace and content with my life. You know, I did go back, but I'm away again. And, you know, now I'm just going through it again. But it's okay, though, because we do always stumble and make mistakes again. But that don't mean we have to stay there. You don't have to stay laying there. You want to get up and keep moving forward. So that's what I'm trying to do now. But anyway, y'all, I love y'all. And I hope you have a good day. I love you. Bye-bye.